Hello, fellow Murdlers. Today is Saturday, May 4th, 2024, and it's a great day to solve a murder. Today we have Deductive Logico solves the mystery of the murdered new recruit, and we have 6 4x4 grids with suspects, motives, locations, and weapons. I'm seeing someone who might be a new suspect, Major Red. I don't know if I've encountered Major Red before, so that'll be interesting. In the meantime, though, let's just go down here real quickly. We do have statements today. So we know that we have 4 statements. One of them is a lie, the other 3 must be true, and whomever is our liar is our murderer today. So let's go ahead and meet our suspects, especially our new suspect, Major Red. We've got Lady Violet, Major Red, revolutionary leader. Okay, excellent. Okay, this is kind of like a cult leader vibe, is kind of what I'm getting. This will be interesting. Comrade Champagne and Judge Pine. Weapons today are a channeled text, an axe, a brick, and a poisoned candle. The locations are the barracks, the library, the old mill, and we have the ancient ruins. And finally, our motives are to escape blackmail, to inherit a fortune, to break into the industry, and to win an argument. Alrighty, let's go ahead and dive into our clues and evidence. Comrade Champagne and the person who brought a brick had a history together. So we just know Comrade Champagne did not bring a brick because they could not have a history with themselves, at least not in the context of this puzzle. It just means that somebody else had the brick, so that tells us Comrade Champagne did not have the brick. Judge Pine did not want to inherit a fortune. Okay, so we can put an X there for Judge Pine for inheriting a fortune. Okay, we've got a fingerprint clue for an axe, so we'll figure out the suspect that had the axe. That looks like Major Red, with this very prominent swirl and then this kind of like V here. Yep. Okay, so Major Red had the axe. Okay. The person who wanted to break into the industry was by the ancient ruins. Okay, so now we go to motives and locations. So ancient ruins and break into the industry is this little cog here. All right. And this is an anagram. So the smell of lavender, yeah, was found by something of books, hundreds of books. Okay, so this is going to be like a 3-part. We have to decode this. So the smell of lavender, I'm almost positive lavender. I can't imagine what else it would be. The smell of lavender was found by hundreds of books. So let's go through. Let's first see the suspects, or let's check out the suspects. See if there's anything about lavender. Okay, nothing about lavender in the suspects. Let's check out the weapons next. Smells like lavender. Okay, this is what we're looking for. We're looking for the poison candle. So that's the what, and we need to figure out the location. So we're looking for hundreds of books. More books than you've ever seen. Okay, great. The library. So we know now that the poisoned candle was in the library. Great. Whoever was trying to escape blackmail was carrying a heavyweight weapon. Okay, so let's look through the weapons. Heavyweight for the channeled text, medium weight for the axe, heavyweight for a brick, and medium weight for the poison candle. So we've got the brick and the channeled text that were both heavyweight. So let's see, escape blackmail. I am going to put question marks here just because I want to keep track of that while I do some other things. And we can put X's here. So because we know Major Red's, right, Major Red? Yeah, because we know Major Red had the axe, which is medium weight, we can say that we know Major Red did not have the motive to escape blackmail. And let's see, we know that the motive for breaking into the industry was in the ancient ruins. So one of these two cannot be at the ancient ruins. I don't know if we should put anything, no, we shouldn't put anything in yet for that, but just kind of a call out. And the motive here, we already have not to escape blackmail. So we can put that here as well. Okay, I think that's all we've got for that. But it's one of these two weapons for escaping blackmail. Lady Violet wanted to win an argument. Okay, great. So that gives us her motive. And it also tells us, well, it doesn't yet because it could be one of these two. It could just be the one that wasn't heavyweight. But let's see, do we have anything about? No. Except we know Lady Violet was not at the ancient ruins because that's a different motive. Okay. The suspect in the barracks had blonde hair. I think we have a few blondes in the group. Blonde, brown, blonde, black. Okay. Let's see. So it's either Lady Violet or Comrade Champagne, but not Major Red or Judge Pine in the barracks. I'm gonna just give this a quick look. I don't see anything immediately jumping out at me. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit save. Oh, look, cool. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and hit save. And then let's go into our statements. So I'm gonna go through them one by one, see if any of them must be true or must be false based on what we've already learned. Okay, an axe was by the ancient ruins. That could be true. The channeled text was not by the ancient ruins. That could also be true, and these two could be true together because if the axe was there, then the channeled text would not be. Oh, here's another one. Okay, this is tricky. A brick was not by the ancient ruins. Also possible. And Judge Pine saying they brought a brick. Okay, so none of these necessarily are ruled out by anything so far. So we're just going to go one by one and take the inverse of each person's statement. So essentially make each of them the liar and then see what would happen with the other three statements. See if we can compel those to be true in that case. So starting with Lady Violet. And again, I'm going to hit save one more time and that'll allow me to hit the recycle button here and reset the grid. Okay, so saving for like a fifth time. An axe was not by the ancient ruins. So we're going to say an axe was not by the ancient ruins. And then these two also must be true. So a channeled text. Channeled text was not by the ancient ruins. And that's not going to work because these two can't both be true at that point if the axe is not by the ancient ruins. So again, if we go to this one, channeled text, and then the brick, then one of those turns out to be a lie. So I'm just going to go ahead and say, I think this one must be true. So I'll flip it over. And Lady Violet is excluded as our killer for now. Okay. So a channeled text and a brick not by the ancient ruins. Those both have to be true then. So then I don't usually skip around, but let's make Judge Pine the liar and see what happens there. So if Judge Pine, so I'm going to hit save again. If Judge Pine did not bring a brick, that Lady Violet did bring a brick and still in for one of the heavyweight weapons potentially. Okay, and let's see. That would mean Judge Pine was not at the ancient ruins or in the library, so I'll mark those in. Library, ancient ruins, which would put Judge Pine in the barracks, or sorry, the old mill. And I don't think we know anything for motive for old mill yet. Okay, so again, so far nothing necessarily screaming at me that this is wrong. So I must just be missing something. Oh, I haven't marked this in. Okay, and then if we know that Judge Pine was at the old mill, and we already know that the brick that Lady Violet had was not in the library because the candle was, then we can say Lady Violet was in the barracks. In the barracks here, we'll put in as well. And that means the channel text was in the old mill. And we have champagne in the library and Pine with the channel text in the old mill. Great. Okay, so that's suspects and locations. Everything's seemingly shaking out well. So let's keep going with the motives, although our motive information is a bit thin at the moment. Let's see. Person who wanted to break into the industries by the ancient ruins. Okay, there we go. We're missing this one. So we can put this in here. And that will also give us Judge Pine's motive. So that means we can officially fill out our accusation. We have Judge Pine with a channeled text, right? Just want to double check since we have two book icons with the library and the channeled text. Judge Pine, channeled text, Old Mill, to escape blackmail. So I'll go ahead and make the accusation, but before we go ahead and see if we were right, I'm just going to take another moment and fill out the rest of my grid. Okay, there's our grid all filled out. So we've got Judge Pine with the channeled text in the old mill to escape blackmail. Let's go ahead. Actually, before I see if we're right, let me take one extra second to walk through the statements and how I got there. So we first took Lady Violet's statement as a lie, so essentially taking the inverse of this and saying that the axe was not by the ancient ruins. And that didn't work because that would mean that these two couldn't both be true, which is a requirement if Lady Violet is the liar. So that meant that Lady Violet was telling the truth, and so we put the axe at the ancient ruins. And then from this, we knew that these two both had to be true because they speak about weapons not at the ancient ruins, which we can't force that to be true if the axe is there. So that meant we could kind of skip going through these two in the traditional sense and go straight to Judge Pine. And when we set Judge Pine's statement in its inverse, so Judge Pine did not bring a brick, that led us to this conclusion where through process of elimination and a few other things, we were able to determine that Judge Pine must have brought the channeled text. So we knew Judge Pine was the liar and our murderer for a while, but we didn't know any of the details. And so that's what we were spending time kind of deducing there. All right, so coming back here, we've got Judge Pine with the channeled text in the old mill to escape blackmail. Let's go ahead and see if we were right. All right, we were right. Thanks so much for playing along with me today. I hope this was a helpful walkthrough, and we'll see you tomorrow.